Well, hey there. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever this recording is playing in your life. I welcome you to 2021. Happy New Year. This is Carlita Wright from propertypreservationbusiness.com. And I felt like there's no better time than right now than to hop back on YouTube and help as many people as possible get their business up and going. So if that's you today, I want to spend a quick moment and talk about a question that came across my desk. Now, as you all know, I started my business back in 2009. So it's over a decade ago. And I've learned a lot. And with that same time frame, I believe 2010 or 2011, I decided to document everything that I had done, what I had learned, and I put it all on YouTube for goodwill of those coming behind me. With that being stated, I've had the honor and the privilege of talking to hundreds, if not thousands, of you about getting your own property preservation business started, running, and successful. I've heard so many amazing stories. I've heard milestones reached. I've heard triumphs. I've heard struggles. I've heard solutions. And I am just so proud of each and every one of you over the past 10 or so years who have entrusted me as being a voice of business advice and coaching and of counsel. So that being stated, I wanted to take a moment and talk about a question that came across my desk this week. And it was someone who wanted to find out what they should do in their business. Should they hire employees, hire family, do it all themselves, or hire other contractors or subcontractors to help them complete the work they're looking to do in this industry. So today I want to focus on employees. I know a lot of times we're always talking about, hire contractors. It's easier, but there are some pros and some cons. And in this video, I'm going to discuss a couple of those pros and cons to help you make a better decision and to approach your business with more strategy and higher profit margins. Let's get started. So when it comes to considering your employee landscape in your business, I want you to think of three things: pay, the ops method, and WC. So when it comes to pay, there's a benefit to having employees. It's cheaper to have employees than it is to pay higher rate to a contractor. So what I want you to do, I want you to go to BLS.gov, the Bureau of Labor Statistics.gov, and look up the occupational employment and wage estimates. This is the hourly rate across the nation for a specific job category. Whether you have a janitorial cleaner, or you have a lawn maintenance person, or a general contractor who is full-time or part-time in your business. Don't feel you have to hire someone for 40 hours. You can hire someone on a part-time basis, and they can grow with your business as well. So make sure you go to BLS.gov and look up the average labor rate for your job category. Next, when it comes to hourly pay, I want you to go to the Workforce Commission for your state. So type in Workforce Commission and then your state's name, or go to the unemployment office's website and look up the average labor rate for your specific state and city and compare the two. You're going to use that as a benchmark and the bottom line to compare what you should be paying your employees. The second thing I want you to think about when it comes to your employee is ops. Now, I didn't get into it in this video, but really quick, when you're starting a business, you really don't want to start off with too many employees. You really want to start with yourself. Because if you get in there and do the job at least one or two times, then you understand what is involved. You'll be able to think about processes to make it easier. You'll be able to create, steps that allow you to make your business run like a machine. And I call that the ops method. Now, I will go into this more detail in a training, but just keep that in mind that when you're in your business, you want to do the job at least 1 or 2 times, preferably 3, to understand what's all involved before you begin to outsource it to a contractor, or in our cases for today's video, to an employee. That way you can begin to put systems, processes, and operational documents into place. That way the documents can begin to help you train others without you being there to hold their hand the whole time. And then, of course, it'll help you bring more accountability in your business. But the ops method is something I'll talk about. Just keep that in mind. You want to work on your business and not get stuck working in your business. The last is WC, workman's comp insurance. Now, this is a thorn in most people's flesh, but it may or may not be the best option. It might be cheaper just to pay workman's comp insurance and hire employees than to hire contractors, because as a business owner, you get paid with employees by the margin. The margins are the margins are higher, which means you have more profit. So I want you to go to ADP.com and get a quote to find out if your small business qualifies for alternative payment. So what happens is traditional insurance requires you to put 25% down or more, some more times up to 60%. But with ADP, they specialize in helping small businesses, and they can get you a lower rate and or spread the payment evenly over a 12-month period. That way you're paying less per month than having to come out of pocket more as the deposit or the premium requires. If for some reason your business is only doing field services, which is the work we do with real estate companies, if you are solely a field service contracting business, they may not allow you to get insurance for them because they don't want the liability of having vacant homes. They will be able to give you a reference or referral to go to the state to find an alternative, or a nonprofit that specializes in helping small businesses get insurance, either at a smaller deposit or smaller monthly payments over time. So be sure, if they don't bring it up to you, that you ask, because it might be cheaper to take a $2,000 premium and pay, let's say, $120 per month every month than having to come out of your pocket and pay 50% right now traditionally with the insurance company for workman's compensation. But these are alternatives to help you decide if it's feasible for you to outsource to a contractor solely or subcontractor solely, or hire employees. And when you sit down and you make your decision, make sure it's the numbers that make sense. It has to make sense because you're starting a business. And as you start a business, I want you to remember it's about keeping your costs down as low as possible while not compromising on quality and not compromising on the employee experience. Because people leave by how you make them feel. If they don't feel value, they'll go somewhere else. So make sure you're letting your employees know if you go that route, they're valued, and you can still profit in the process. So there you have it. If you're considering hire employees, first make sure you look at the pay, BLS.gov, Workforce Commission, or the Unemployment Office. Make sure you follow the ops method, where you're creating operational systems, processes, and documents by doing the work yourself first, and then having someone train with those documents you create. That way you are working on your business and not in your business. And then workman's compensation insurance, you want to go to adp.com And if they cannot help you, they can refer you to an agency or nonprofit in your area that can help you get workman's compensation insurance at a lower price. So I will leave all the links below. And if this was valuable to you, let me know in the comments below. Let me know how your conversations go with these different companies and your research you're finding with the labor rates. Let me know. And just make sure you're making a good decision business-wise when you decide to go the employee route versus the contractor route. Now, I will say this now. You can always do a blend. You can do both. You can have employees and contractors, but you have to make sure whatever you do, it makes sense and it helps you make money. Talk to you guys next time, and we'll talk about some more subcontractor options and doing the work yourself. Talk to you soon.